Castiel could be on a direct path to godhood if Supernatural Season 16 ever comes to pass. Portrayed by Misha Collins since Season 4, Castiel did not receive an especially satisfying ending in Supernatural's series finale, largely because Castiel was not actually in Supernatural's season finale. The beige-clad angel sacrificed himself to save Dean Winchester, dramatically declared his love, then found himself taken away by the empty. A single line in Supernatural's finale confirms that Castiel ultimately survived, but the character himself remained frustratingly absent. Fortunately for Castiel, a second chance is potentially on the horizon. The cancellation of the Winchesters left a supernatural-shaped hole in the universe, and Jensen Ackles and Jared Padalecki have both expressed interest in continuing the story of the Winchester brothers under the right circumstances. Given Castiel's importance to the franchise and his less-than-ideal exit in Season 15, Misha Collins would very likely be involved with any future Supernatural revival, whatever form that takes. Should Castiel's grand comeback become a reality, he should also prepare for a celestial promotion. If it happens, Supernatural Season 16 would need to kill off Jack. Jack is way too powerful to stay alive. Alexander Calvert as Jack waving and smiling in Supernatural. Supernatural ended with the defeat of Chuck Shirley, more commonly known as God, and Jack Klein stepping up as a replacement. Jack qualified on the basis of being Lucifer's son, but the changeover confirmed God is merely a title in Supernatural's universe, and can be passed from one candidate to the next. As far as Sam and Dean Winchester are concerned, Jack's ascension is the very definition of having friends in high places, and so it proved in the Winchesters when God bent the universe's rules to let Dean hop timelines and fight the Acridal upon receiving his divine power-up. Jack made a deliberate decision to let free will reign, avoiding the kind of interference his predecessor was so fond of. At the same time, Jack is never going to abandon his family, and the Winchesters, Dean especially, became surrogate father figures throughout Supernatural's later seasons. As long as Jack is God, therefore, Sam and Dean will always have the most powerful figure in existence on their team, and the Winchesters universe will never come under any realistic cosmic threat. For Supernatural Season 16 to have any kind of stakes, Jack would need to be killed off very quickly. He is simply too powerful of an ally for Sam and Dean to have around, too convenient a plot device to remain on the board if the story has any hope of continuing. Castiel is the only God replacement that makes sense for Supernatural. Castiel's resume makes him the obvious choice. If Supernatural Season 16 kills Jack, Castiel is the only character who makes sense as a replacement. Alongside the Winchesters, Castiel served as a third parent-like figure to Jack, and Supernatural's series finale subtly hinted that the angel had become a special advisor or second-in-command to the new god. The moment in question came during Dean and Bobby's reunion, with the latter revealing how Castiel personally helped Jack restore calm and order to heaven. If Castiel is effectively Jack's right-hand angel when Supernatural ends, Misha Collins's character is naturally next in line to become God should Jack die. Being thrust into heaven's top job would give Castiel a fascinating arc in any future Supernatural revival. Cass would have all the responsibilities of God, but wouldn't necessarily get all of Jack's awesome powers. Castiel was one of the various angels who helped oversee heaven when God was missing in Supernatural's earlier seasons, but between Civil War and the Metatron incident, his efforts mostly failed. Taking over heaven after Jack's death would represent a shot at atonement for Castiel, one final chance to prove himself capable of leading. Castiel has always been a character driven by duty to his kind, but as Supernatural progressed and various Winchesterisms seeped into his angelic DNA, Cass learned to balance his sense of biblical responsibility with human empathy. That emotional and moral growth makes Castiel symbolically perfect to become the new god of Supernatural's multiverse, a character who feels the weight of responsibility that comes from protecting all creation, but still understands the value of a single human life. Jack meets that criteria too, of course, but after audiences watched Castiel make those moral strides on-screen across an 11-year period, his elevation to godhood would arguably be more satisfying. At the very least, becoming God would be a better ending than Castiel received in Supernatural Season 15. How Castiel becoming God would change his relationship with Dean. Can God be in love? Misha Collins as Castiel saying goodbye in Supernatural. Aside from potentially becoming God, Castiel's other major storyline in Supernatural Season 16 would, of course, be his relationship with Dean Winchester. Despite some ambiguity over the intention behind his words, Castiel appeared to declare his love for Dean before being taken by the empty in Season 15. Dean was left with no opportunity to respond, and the matter has never been mentioned since, not in Supernatural's series finale, nor in the Winchesters. If it happens, resolving Dean and Castiel's love story would be somewhere near the top of Supernatural Season 16's to-do list.